But
it is hard. I mean, the truth is hard to swallow.
I lost a lot of sleep in the beginning. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, me too. Me too. It almost killed me.
Oh yeah.
And
I mean,
so what I'm trying to say is, we have to try to find an inner peace with all of the hell that is happening.
I believe that, and I think that you find that peace by combating it, by speaking about it, by not, acting like it doesn't exist or just saying I can't change things. No, you can change things. You can change people's perceptions of things. You can change the world. I want to get your take on this little story since we're both Ron Paul fans. You like Borat, the movie?
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
He's doing a new movie?
No.
He's doing Bruno. Now, did you ever see it?
Yeah, I love Bruno.
Oh, do you? Well, Libertarians Gone Wild, Ron Paul's insane cameo in upcoming Bruno movie.
Oh, great.
Yeah, you think so. Remember the scene with Bob Barr in Borat where he's eating the cheese that Borat gave him, and he starts telling him how it's like from his sisters?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, this is about 1,000 times worse. He tricks Ron Paul into going into a hotel room with him, and he's got it in his head, in the theme of the movie, that in order to become a star, he needs to have a sex tape. And he's going to have a sex tape with Ron Paul.
Oh, that's awesome.
Basically is where it goes.
Oh, my gosh.
And apparently he's got 2 rooms, and one set up like the night vision Paris Hilton cam inside, and he's got like caviar and drinks. And then he leaves the room and he gets dressed in some, ridiculous type outfit and comes in and starts dancing for Ron Paul. And I hear it goes on for about 5 minutes.
And then he leaves?
Yeah, and then he hears... And then I don't know if he leaves or Ron Paul starts reading a newspaper. They haven't given exactly what he does, but Ron Paul's camp's not campaigning or commenting on it. So we'll be back with the final segment with Aimee Allen. The album is A Little Bit of Happiness. It's out June 9th this year.
Writing you letters, tearing your picture, saying goodbye, and I'm blowing out candles, trying to handle tonight in love.
That's Aimee Allen off the new album A Little Happiness. It drops June 9th. And we are lucky enough to be joined by her at prisonplanet.tv and infowars.com right now. Aimee, you were telling me about a MySpace blog where you were just trying to spread the love.
Right, that's it. Yeah, I was saying if it were a public forum, I would have been stoned to death. But basically, I wrote a blog saying, it even sounds bad even saying it right now, but I was basically saying, let's try and love Barack Obama. But if you don't know how much spiritual work it took to get there, then it would be like, what? And my fans were saying like, oh, you've given in, you've drank the Kool-Aid. So not true, not even close. I understand. I was just saying, he's a puppet. Let's look at him like, he knows not what he does. He's a child. Let's just try and not be bitter and I feel like the New World Order wins if we have hate in our hearts and we become bitter and we become violent.
I agree.
They want us. They want us to do those things. So what I'm saying is, let's win with love and with educating people, and not with violence. And I know that, and I have a lot of violent fans. They want to shoot people, and they want to
watch out. Some of those aren't fans; they're provocateurs. You gotta watch. I'm serious.
And that's cool.
Screw loose.
But no, I love them.
Like
I love them. But when I'm saying I love them, don't get me wrong. But I don't necessarily. I'm just saying that I thought we could all just calm down and try and look at Barack Obama like a little kid, like a child who doesn't know what he's doing. And that I had that blog up for real for maybe 10 minutes. I had so much hate mail within within a few minutes of time that I couldn't read it fast enough, and I pulled it down. I was like, okay, this is too metaphysical and weird for anyone to. If they think that I'm actually loving Barack Obama, then I'm gonna have to pull it down. It's not coming across the right way. So
yeah, I mean, folks,
I don't like his politics. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, first of all, love thy neighbor, and you can usually go by that rule. We're not out to get Barack Obama. We just want to expose him and his administration for what they're really doing. Who are the real puppet masters? Again, this guy is a guy who was a state senator. He's not qualified to be president. State senator till 2004. Then he does the keynote address of the Democratic National Convention. Gets the actual Senate spot, which are 2 per state for the very first time. 6-year spot. Doesn't even serve that 6-year spot. Literally serves half of it,
right.
And he's our president. I mean, that's
it's bizarre.
insanity.
It's bizarre. It is.
It's more. I've never seen it in my life. I mean, he wasn't a congressman. He was a state senator. I mean, I'm not trying to knock state senators. State representatives do great work, but it's not the same thing as like what Hillary Clinton was before she was Secretary of State. A lot of people don't understand that. They don't know that. And they're just ignorant to the fact that this guy was propped up. I mean, he's a good speaker. You want to like him. I mean, he filled out the bracket for the NCAA today live on ESPN. Who can't get down with that? I mean,
right. I mean, I guess my whole point was this is not a political battle.
Mm-hmm.
I feel, I mean, it is to an extent, but I feel like my whole point of the blog was it's a spiritual battle, and the only way to win a spiritual battle is with love. And we're literally fighting, in my opinion, the devil himself. I mean, if you look underneath, the puppet, Barack Obama's a puppet, and then the central bankers, then they're puppets. But who are they all? If you just look at the big picture and zoomed out a little bit, I mean, it's truly, the big picture is, I believe, is the devil himself. Well, so the only way to beat that is with love, and that's I guess my mission,
Well, that's
my music.
No, I hear you, and you look at what these guys worship, and they are very Luciferian, very do as thou wilt. They don't care about you or I. They admit it. I mean, they really talk about us in terms of sheeple, chattel. They don't seem to care about any other interests other than bringing about this global order, which, I guess is prophesized about in the Bible, if you believe that sort of thing. I try to keep it pretty secular, but, it is in there, and it discusses, this ruling elite who pretend like they're Christians, and that, a lot of people still believe that George W. Bush is a devout Christian man that, talked to Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ said, bomb Iraq, and he did it.
Right.
I mean, they really believe that, but when it comes down to it, where's the little Bohemian Grove hat? Is it out there? Oh, get the Bohemian Grove hat. People send us the best stuff. They're out in the woods, worshiping owl gods like this one with their little club logo. Can we zoom in on that? We got different technicians in today. There we go. There's some prisonplanet.tv. Excellent. Let's take some calls for Aimee. The number is 866-582-9933. We're going to take a couple calls in the next segment, and then you've probably got a jet. You're a busy lady. You got things to do.
I do.
How do people get in touch with you? With MySpace? You got a website other than MySpace? What's the deal?
AimeeAllen.com, but you can't get, it's just the information's up there. But I check my MySpace.
You do? Mm-hmm. And it's myspace.com/AimeenAllen, AIMEE. ALLEN?
Correct.
All right, we're going to come back. We're going to take about 5-10 minutes of calls. If you have a question for Aimee Allen, now's your chance. It's the Info Warrior with Jason Bermas. We'll be back after this, prisonplanet.tv, Infowars.com.